is it taking the government so long to arrest Alan Stanford? Could it be a billion-dollar financier is getting special treatment? Ooh, yeah, that never happens. Or are prosecutors waiting to build a better case? Let's ask defense attorneys Joanna Greenwald and Julia Morrow. Joanna, what is the holdup? I mean, I could only imagine perhaps they've got the hopes of some leverage. Maybe they're hoping that Stanford's chief investment officer will name more names. Is that it? I mean, why isn't this guy in jail?
Well, the holdup directly is actually with Holt. She is being investigated. As you know, she's already been charged criminally. The bottom line, though, is that she also has an SEC is investigating her as well. And the FBI and the SEC, I can tell you as a criminal defense attorney, do not play well together. They don't play well with others. So she is not going to be naming names or helping as much as they'd like her to, which is the way to get Stanford, unless that they both play well together and give her a plea resolution together. That's why there's a holdup. They don't have enough just yet, and she's not flipping the way they want her
Julia,
to.
Here's what I don't get. They already seized a lot of documents from his office. They have already determined that he was making investment claims that were absolutely specious. He didn't invest in things he said he was invested. He bounced more than $5 million in checks to investors. I mean, I could conjure up a whole host of crimes already. And this guy is a flight risk. They couldn't even find him when they tried to serve him with the civil subpoena.
Greg, I agree with everything you've said, but for when...
But, you know, it just makes me sick that these guys that scheme these people out of billions of dollars. I mean, Bernie Madoff, he gets house arrest and he complains that he's being held hostage in his multi-million-dollar house in Manhattan. Ooh, boo-hoo. You should have thought of that before you...
That's an awful place to be.
And what gets me, I just love it. This guy's Stanford. He comes out, I remember, on national TV, and he said, you know, it's so much fun being a billionaire. You heard of those clips where he actually bragged about being a billionaire on national television. I mean, at the very least, shouldn't he be behind bars for at least trying to dodge the law when he went missing in the first place?
I don't think so. Now, at this time, you should be behind bars when they have something that you have done directly illegal. And don't forget.
But if you're not guilty of something, then why would you dodge cops when they're looking for you? When authorities are looking for you, wouldn't you go? Wouldn't you go in and say, okay, you know, talk to me. Here I am. I'm not trying to escape anything. I'm not, you know, trying to hide from anything I did wrong.
He shouldn't be making, if he was my client, I wouldn't have him making any statements at all, because as you mentioned, there's a civil action, and the problem with the civil action is that we criminal defense attorneys are going to be getting documents we never should have our eyes on just yet, preparing for a criminal defense. So the problem is that we're getting stuff that we shouldn't be seeing already, and the bottom line is that until they get something directly that's with him, he shouldn't be saying anything or doing anything, and just let it roll.
You know, Julia, this guy basically took over the island of Antigua. He had his own bank there, the Stanford International Bank, and, you know, he was allegedly laundering money from Venezuela and some other places. And
for the Mexican drug cartel.
Yeah, you got to love that.
Mexican drug cartel. There's allegations that he's laundering money for drug dealers.
And he was in bed with Antiguan government officials. He does own 250 acres of Antigua land. I mean, can investors in America get their hands on that stuff?
Yeah, well, the receiver, Greg, is in the process now of seizing that. The Antiguan authorities have already sort of closed in on that parcel of land, and the receiver that was appointed in the civil action in federal court in Texas is in the process of seizing it. So,
but
yes, that is secure.
The Antiguans are going to want it.
That's not going anywhere.
The Antiguans are going to want it. And
well, they actually got it already. They actually took that 250, and they took it already. So right now it's a race to the bank on really who gets what.
Good luck to American investors getting their hand on Antiguan land that's been seized.
The court issued an order that they have to, you know, all of those assets,
that
even
order ain't
outside of the jurisdiction, need to be given to the receiver.
That's the problem.
Yeah, Antiguans, they don't know how to listen.
I don't know about that. There's comedy among nations, Greg. They might obey.
Julia Morrow.
I don't think I would.
All right. We're out of time.
Julia Morrow and Joanna Greenwald. Good to see you both. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. What are Americans thinking?